Want the best sport and iRacing graphics? Sport Graphic creates custom graphics, videos, logos, iRacing paint schemes, suits, and helmets. We also create social media graphics, Twitter headers, Facebook covers, and more. Visit our website for more information and to view examples and the latest designs at sportgraphicdesign.com. We strive to be the best of the best. The best graphics are made here at Sport Graphic.
All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, Bucky Burt Show Challenger Series here at TRRLL. Tonight here at Road America, Joe White up here in the booth, accompanied with Ryan Daniels. Ryan, what you think about this race tonight?
It's going to be a different one for us, Joe. I mean, I'm not used to calling road course races. Looking like it's going to be another one of those things where we're just going to have to kind of go by the seat of our pants type of a deal here, because I got no idea what to expect. Never called a road race here.
I tell you what, and it's definitely a lot different. I've called a couple road course races in the past here, most notably Watkins Glen and so forth. So it's definitely different when you do these style races, because I mean, hey, anything can happen. There's a lot of turns. I mean, these guys are going to go left, right, straight, and whatnot.
Definitely. I mean, you know, it's weird. I have never personally run on a road course in iRacing. As much racing as I have done in Extreme and stuff like that, I've never actually attempted one of the road course races before. And anytime I've ever attempted a road course in any vehicle, I haven't made it past the first corner. So we'll just have to wait and see, and hopefully somebody's race tonight goes a heck of a lot better than the ones I've had.
Well, I tell you what, I'm with you there. I did come from the road course side of things and have done a lot of road course side of stuff. But here on iRacing, it seems like I can't just kind of get the handle on it for some reason. And but as we look right now, some of the drivers here, you know, we got a pretty darn good field. 12 cars out there, not bad. I mean, this is a bigger style track here at Road America, but right now Corey Wharton sitting up on top of the speed charts, along with Clifford Evans sitting there in second, and Marcus Potts in third, and Ray Richard right there around on the top on number 4th, and then Justin Anderson right there around at the top 5. So good looking bunch of cars out here for the Xfinity Series machines here at Road America. Ryan, I'm anticipating a darn good race.
I am as well. I mean, you know, I've never like I say, I've never called one of these. I don't know what to expect, but right now, you know, it looks like Corey Warren in that 99 car, at least in practice, is going to be definitely fast and one of the cars to watch tonight. You know, just it's going to be about whoever's really good at road course racing, I guess. I mean, you know, a lot of these guys, some of them may have never even really run a lot of road course racing, especially in these Xfinity cars like they run here at the Bucky Burt Racing.
Well, I tell you what, you know, most of these oval guys, they get out here to get on the road course, and it's a different animal for them. I mean, obviously, you look at the GT3 style cars, LMP cars, and there's a lot of guys now in real life getting pumped up, and even on iRacing, get pumped up for the Daytona 24-hour series style race that is about to begin, where you have a lot of your GTE, GT3s, LMP style cars, but that is the road side of things tonight. We're looking at the Xfinity cars here at Bucky Burt TRRL Challenge, and I want to welcome all the viewers out there. Appreciate it. Sorry for the few little technical difficulties there a minute ago. Let us know how the stream looks and whatnot. Hopefully it looks good out throughout and so forth, so on. But we're going to keep this action rolling for you tonight here Saturday night, FMTV2 up here live, Bucky Burt Show Challenge. We're going to bring it to you here at Road America.
Yes, we are. Definitely going to be exciting tonight, I think. I mean, this field is definitely, you know, we got a lot of cars that are starting to file in and stuff. We got a lot of the regulars here at the Thunder Road Racing League, Bucky Burt Challenger Series showing up. You know, as we mentioned, Corey Wharton. Yeah, I see Ray Richer. I see Corey and Bucky Burt himself have all shown up, guys who I have definitely seen in here previously when I've called some of these Bucky Burt races with you there, buddy.
Yeah, and you're right. A lot of the regulars out here, like you said, Corey Wharton, Clifford Evans, Ray Richard, actually Bucky Bird, the man himself out there, and you got Corey Blevins out here, Cody Tabor out here. A lot of them, the regulars here that have come in week in and week out, have stuck it out with the league and so forth. And tonight, they're bringing it. They're going to bring their best A game, so to speak, to this treacherous turns, left, right turn, bunch of wiggly style track here at Road America. It's just an all around. It brings a different skill, basically.
Definitely. I mean, it does. Oval racing, a lot of people think it's easy and stuff like that, and you and I both know it isn't. There's a lot of, technical driving in it, but nothing compares to road racing. I mean, you're turning left, you're turning right, you're shifting gear, all things that, other than the turning left part, that is, that you don't usually encounter in a oval race unless you're having an accident.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you what, right here we're watching along Ray Ritchie. He's currently 4th on the speed chart. Good looking machine he's got right there. Also got Corey Blevins in his graphics machine, I believe that is. Actually, it's a sponsor there. We did a little piece on it there before we came on. Not bad there. The number 24 Chevrolet Camaro he's running around. So definitely, hey, I don't want to sit here and say anybody's ball game, but it can be anybody's ball game. So again, I want to welcome all the viewers out there tonight. Joe White up here in the booth, FMTV2 booth up here, coming along with Ryan W. Daniels tonight, Road America here for the TRRL Bucky Burke Show Challenger Series.
Definitely going to be an exciting race tonight, folks. A lot of the fans were starting to see show up. Some of the people that are in the chat right now. We're seeing Chris Harvey out there. He's already joined us tonight, as always. Getting ready to put on a show for everybody tonight here on all 4 platforms that we stream on.
Yeah, no doubt. I'll tell you what, I want to appreciate Chris. I want to appreciate all the other viewers out there, because it is definitely going to be electric here on the road course side of things here at Road America. We're already seeing cars in practice shooting off into the sand pit, going into the turns, hitting the apexes, and everything else. So it's going to be electric when they try to bring these massive big machines. You talk about GT3 style cars. They're not as big as these machines are, not as heavy as they are. And these Xfinity cars, I mean, they're almost like stock car machines, Ryan. And they're going to try to wheel these things around here.
Well, it's funny you say they almost are like stock car machines, because they are stock car machines, but, definitely, I mean, they're not typically cars that are designed for road racing. Let's just put it that way. But, these teams set them up extremely differently than, like you said, an LMP1 car or a GT3 car or anything like that might be set up. And you have to, because this is a car, obviously it's an oval car. It's designed to turn left. Now you're taking all that weight and everything else that you would usually use to make it just be able to take left turns on a banked track like Daytona, and now trying to make it work left, right, center, and have it handle good everywhere on a flat left-hand and right-hand turn track. And all the while for the driver, while you're not already in trouble trying to figure out how to drive the track, you've got to shift gear and you're pitting on the opposite side of the car.
True there, as we're riding around with Brent Scott right now in a number 50 machine, and that Chick-fil-A, made me hungry with that car running around here on this track.
You just mentioned Chick-fil-A? That's awesome.
Yes, Chick-fil-A. That's his sponsor there on that Toyota machine. I'm sure, right? Yep, Toyota Camry right there in the number 50 machine here at Road America. So hopefully he's trying to concentrate more on the driving, but I guess if he gets hungry, maybe he'll throw a couple chicken nuggets up in there and start eating.
Oh, man. He just became, I think Brent Scott just became my pick to win the race.
There you go. Right now, Brent Scott 8 on the speed charts. Right now, as Corey Wharton still the man on top of there with Clifford Evan. Now, the little bit thing about Clifford Evan is he actually does a lot of road course styled racing here, and he's in the 55 Ford Mustang out there, and he has actually comes from a lot of the road course side of things here on iRacing, so he's very familiar with this stuff here. So it looks like we're about to get set to go to qualifying here, gentlemen, and it's going to be from qualifying, we're going to get dropped a green flag here, and these guys are going to drop the hammer on this awesome track here at Road America.
Yes, they are. I mean, at some tracks we talk about qualifying, and you and I will kind of go through and we'll discuss speed and everything like that in qualifying. But really, track position at some tracks, really, especially in ovals, is not that important. Here at a road course, it's everything. It might be a long race. These laps might be huge because this track here at Road America is gigantic. But being up front, especially in a fast car, like it appears that Clifford Eben and somebody like Corey Wharton have, based on the practice speeds, it is all about starting near the front. Because if you get caught up in traffic, anybody who's quicker than you and they happen to get to the front before you do, they're going to be long gone before you get there.
And that's true. And a lot of here, though, but the different thing about road course that I do know about, as opposed to oval side racing, is there's a guy could sit and have a 3-4 second lead, and it won't take but a lap, and the second place car, the car behind him, can actually close that gap very quickly, because apexes, entry and exit of turns is the biggest thing here in road courses. That's where you make up a tremendous amount of time. Not so much like we always talk about straightaway speed and sometimes getting in and out of turns even on oval, but it's really, really crucial at the road course side of stuff, because you can make up, we're not talking about hundreds or so, but you can make up, half a second or a second on a guy just by an entry and exit of a turn.
You're absolutely right. That is some of the stuff I do know, as you mentioned about road course racing. It is very little knowledge when it comes to that, but definitely, it's all about corner speeds and stuff like that when it comes to road racing. It's the guy in front of you makes a mistake, you can. It's not like a road or an oval where you mess up the entry, you might lose a couple tenths. Here, you mess up an entire corner and that guy behind you gets perfect, he could make up 3 seconds out of a 5-second gap that you have in front of him, because your entire straightaway has now been sacrificed based on that one turn.
Absolutely, I agree totally, 100% with you there, and I've had that happen to me many a time running. But right now, Marcus Potts putting it on point up above. I know we was talking about Corey Wharton in practice putting it on point on the top of the speed chart, but right now Marcus Potts sitting a man on pole, with Corey Wharton sitting in second, Corey Blevins sitting in third, Brent Scott right now in fourth, and rounding out the top five, Grayson Trexler sitting in fifth. So definitely a good slip. But Clifford Evans still yet to make his qualifying run. He is out on the track right now, so we'll see what kind of time he lays down.
I don't know if you're ahead of me or what's going on, but I don't have anybody having put down a full lap yet there, Joe.
Yeah, going on the speed chart, unless they're still on the track, and it's just showing that actually, but ticker showing Marcus Potts number 1, Corey Wharton 2, Corey Blevins in 3. But it could be the fact that it's just showing them on the track, Ryan.
I think it is just showing them on the track, only because my times right now, and this is based on the practice through iRacing, it says Marcus Potts' time is a 2:18.063.
Yeah.
And Corey Wharton, who you would have listed as second, is at a 2:13. So I definitely don't think Corey Wharton's got it qualified second at the moment.
Well, we'll have to see what happens here as we're definitely looking. I mean, this is a long, long track. These guys, and actually we just did flip to Marcus Potts, and he is actually currently on the track doing his qualifying run. And we stated that a minute ago. 2 laps around this track, it is a heck of a long time around this track. So we definitely are, I don't know how to put it. It's really going to be, we might think, hey, look, they're almost done. Then they could be way off there in turn number, 4 or 5.
Definitely. I mean, I am watching the 2 car right now of Marcus Potts, and he's coming through the carousel corner, as they call it here at Road America. Some stats about the track itself here at Road America. It's a 4-mile racetrack with 14 corners. You know what I mean? It's a humongous racetrack. You talk about the little tracks, basically, that we run at that are 1.5 miles long and feel big. Well, this is the definition of a big racetrack, Joe.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with you on that one. And you're right, that Tide number 2 machine definitely on the track. And just a little bit off there, but he looks like he might hold on to it. And currently right now, as I'm going to call them, the S-style turns he's coming out of, he looks like he's almost trying to complete his his lap here. So we're going to see what kind of time he's going to lay down and see if he can't dethrone or maybe put it on point as he's going to come up the hill here in the last final turn. He's going to cross the start-finish line, and I'm showing him third.
He is currently third. I believe he might have actually sustained an incident marker, and I don't believe that lap counted.
And that's true. I know he ran off the track there at one time. That's another thing we need to talk about. A lot of guys out there, man, in the viewer booth. Here in road courses, they actually have what they call, if you run off the track, it is a timed incident. That where actually it will hold you up. And you either have to slow down and get back that time, or take a penalty. And it's meant, it's kind of meant to be for Ryan, to be for like, so the guys don't go diving off down in turn number ones or any of the turns for that matter and try to dive bomb and try to knock somebody out, or somebody don't take an advantage of going off through the grass or whatnot on these tracks.
Exactly right. I mean, obviously, if you didn't have penalties in iRacing for going off the track and stuff like that, obviously you'd have somebody who would just maybe not be smart enough, but, maybe somebody, willing to bend the rules a little bit, would just barrel off, cut a corner, maybe even 3 or 4 if possible, and be half a lap ahead. And, obviously that's well avoided with the incident level, but when it comes to qualifying and you have somebody right now like the 2-car Marcus Potts maybe only wanted to run 1 lap because he knows the tires aren't going to be as good on a second lap, now has to run that second lap, risk being slower because all he did was maybe put those left sides off a bit too far coming off a corner, and that incident level was kicked on and it disallowed his lap time.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100% with you there. I tell you, Ryan, right now, as we just looked, and I believe Corey Wharton just put that thing on pole right there, the man who was on top-end speed charts here at Road America, with Ricky Springer right there in the number 2 spot I'm showing, and Ray Richards still on the track yet to finish his qualifying run. So we'll see if maybe he can put that thing back up there and get back up on the pole or something.
Definitely. I mean, I'm looking right now. Corey Wharton in practice ran a 2:13.566. He picked that up to a 2:13.405 now. It looks like Marcus Potts did not get a lap in with the incident levels, so his times have both been disallowed. That 2-car, unfortunately, will obviously qualify for the race, but will not have set the time and will have to start near the back.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Like I say, we go back to the deal of the running off the track and the incident level, and that's something we're going to have to keep an eye on here throughout the race because it does slow you down a little bit to run off the track here. But as of right now, Corey Wharton sitting the man on point, the pole right now, like you said, with a 2:13.405, with a Ricky Springer right there behind him with a 2:14.091. So that's almost a clear, I'm going to say, half second, 6/10 up above the second place man.
Yes, it is, and even with that, Rick Springer got to bring into the fact that between practice and now, in practice he ran a 2:14.986. He then ran a 2:14.091, so he's picked up almost 9/10 on his practice time, but that still just wasn't enough to pick up almost over half a second to Corey Wharton, who is just setting a blistering pace so far.
Yeah, Corey Wharton, it looks like the man on the point, the man on a mission today. Is wow, I tell you what, Clifford Ebbett right there, locking him up, coming around. Looks like maybe his lap time got disallowed too because he didn't lay down one. And he is currently right now showing an 11th spot.
Yeah, yes, he is. Right now, the only people who have actually set a lap are Corey Wharton, Ricky Springer, Ray Richer, Corey Blevins, and Bucky Burt are the only 5 to have set an actual lap time. We got 9:40 out of 15. Or no, out of 10, I think. Let me look.
All
out
right.
of 15, yep.
Good deal. Well, qualifying's getting close to being about done here, and I think all the drivers actually have qualified here. So, I think it's safe to say, let's do a rundown here right quick. I'm showing Corey Wharton, the man on point tonight here at Road America for the TRRL Bucky Burt Show Challenger Series, with Ricky Springer sitting in second, Ray Richard in third, Corey Blevins in fourth, and Bucky Burt himself rounding out the top five right there. Ryan, we got Marcus Potts sitting in sixth, Brent Scott in seventh, Grayson Trexler in eighth, Justin Anderson in ninth, Cody Tabor sitting in 10th, Clifford Eben in 11th, and Zachary Czar sitting in 12th.
Yep, like we mentioned earlier, I'm going to venture to guess that, I don't know really who had the best practice time. I know Corey Wharton was fastest, but Clifford Eben in practice ran a 2:14.531. So we mentioned it earlier how important track position was going to be. If these times hold true, and Clifford Eben is scheduled to start 11th place, while Corey Wharton, who's at the fastest lap in the race, is going to start from the pole, it's going to be very tough for somebody maybe as fast as Clifford Eben to catch up to Corey during this race if Corey has all that time to run away while Clifford's having to battle his way through all that traffic.
Yeah, I tell you what, and even with that said, you could start in 10th place, and by the second turn, end up in the top five. Because getting through that first turn is just like anything, just like an oval. It's always that treacherous part of the track. So you got to be very careful, very patient getting through there. Because, this isn't normally like a road course. That's another thing we need to let everyone know is here we are doing a pace lap. But in a normal style GT3, they don't do pace laps, or actually most of the LMPs, that they'll actually line up on the line and go. So you've got everyone in the pack going into that first turn. Still the same scenario here, though, just like on the oval. Everyone's barreling off down into turn number one, so you got to take it easy. The difference is, Ryan, is in a Daytona in turn one, or even in a Bristol in turn one. Turn one here, you slow down and use the brakes a heck of a lot more than you would on those oval tracks.
Well, definitely. I mean, obviously here, it's not like a oval track where, even though you're slowing down, you're not going under maybe, 115 miles an hour. Excuse me. Sorry about that. You're not doing about 120 miles an hour when you go through this corner like you might at a Bristol or something like that. Here, you're doing maybe 70, 80 miles an hour, and when these cars get that slow, they tend to lock up the brakes. They're going to have problems. Again, these Xfinity cars aren't really designed for road courses like a GT3 or something of that nature would be. So you're asking a lot of this car, especially to have, 12, let alone many more cars than that, pile into each other, be right on top of each other as they go into the first corner. That's a 90-degree right-hand turn. 2 minutes 45.
All right, with that said, I tell you what, we're going to take it to the stars and bars right there. Ryan told us what we got left here, qualifying time. I want to welcome all the viewers out here tonight, TRRL Bucky Burt Show Challenger. I'm Joe White up here in the FMTV2 booth, accompanied with Ryan W. Daniels. We're here at Road America tonight to bring the Xfinity cars. Let's take it to our stars and bars, and thank you, everyone. All right, we're back, and I tell you what, Ryan, we're getting set here to go green flag racing here at Road America tonight for the TRRL Bucky Burke Show Challenger Series here in the Xfinity Series cars. And I tell you, I'm getting pumped up and excited here as we see these cars gridding up here on the start-finish line here. What do you think, Ryan?
I'm thinking this is going to be a really fun race here, Joe. I mean, we're looking at all these cars. We got them gridded up. They're ready to roll. I mean, I mentioned it that now is the time where these drivers are going to sit here. You know, they're going to tighten up those belts, clear their minds, get ready to go, and they've got a long pace lap here to prep themselves before we take off. But the next time they come by the start-finish line, they're going to be going about, I'd say 160 miles an hour, and then you're going to have to slow down to maybe 50 by the time you go to turn 1. So I hope they're ready for that challenge.
Yeah, absolutely, and let's run down the grid in order here. On pole tonight, Corey Wharton sitting at number 1 spot right there with Ricky Springer right there and around in the second place. Ray Richard in 3rd. Corey Blevins pulling it up in 4th. Bucky Bird himself there touting around the top 5. Grayson Trexler sitting in 6th. We got Clifford Ebbett in 7th. Brent Scott in 8th. Corey Tabor sitting in 9th. Justin R. Anderson in 10th. Zachary Zoll sitting in 11th. Marcus Potts in 12th. I'm going to tell you, we got 12 cars here tonight, and every one of these drivers has a shot to win this race here. Most notably, let me let y'all know, there is no fast fixes as far as I know here tonight. There is full course cautions on for this series, so we're going to look and see what's going to happen as this thing, they're pacing around here. We're going to have our 1 pace lap here tonight. Road America for TRRL Bucky Burke Show Challenge. I'm pumped up and ready to go, Brian.
I am too, Joe, as we watch this pace car lead them around, getting ready to roll. All these guys, getting themselves ready. They know Corey Wharton's fast. He's probably, at least by the lap times right now that he's shown in practice and qualifying, probably going to be one of the cars to beat here tonight. But Ricky Springer, when they go into turn 1, he's going to have to really fight them hard, I would say, on this initial start to try to keep that 99 from getting a huge lead very early in this race.
You're absolutely right, Ryan. I'm going to tell you what, so we watch these cars go down here on this long back style stretch here with a pace car, Porsche pace car, which actually is kind of fitting for this style track.
Yeah, it is. We got the Porsche, or the, I believe it's actually the rough version of the Porsche, but we have basically this Porsche GT3 car, which, as you just mentioned, iRacing's newest version of pace cars, but definitely more suited here for a road course than it is at, let's say, a oval. And it looks like we have actually an accident under the pace lap here.
Wow, I'll tell you what, already some action going on, and we ain't even got the race going on yet.
Definitely. I think it was Bucky Burt might have spun out and got T-boned as they were coming here through the pace lap.
Holy cow, no, that's not going to make him very, very happy as he's flying back over to try to get back in his position. Don't know if maybe he was out there trying to warm his tires up or whatnot, but you're right. He definitely is. He's trying to get back up there in his spot to get ready here to take the green flag here at Road America here in the Xfinity cars.
I apologize. It was not Bucky Bird. It was Clifford Ebbett who looked like he had a connection issue when he got run into by the 18 car.
Yeah, he's blinking back there just a little bit, Ryan. I see that. It is number 55. We want to apologize there to Bucky Bird. We don't want to call him out there, but yeah, definitely the number 55 machine there of Clifford Ebbett. He is looking like he's having just a little bit of connection problems going on. So something to maybe keep an eye on here as this pace car, the Porsche pace car, so to speak, here is definitely taking this field through this long pace lap. And I tell you, that's, folks out there, Normally we don't see cautions in a normal style road side of an event, but we do know NASCAR, Xfinity, and all those guys do run. They do run full course cautions, and they are long, especially at a big track like this.
Yeah, you know, it's definitely going to be frustrating in the beginning part of this race when you're, you know, mired back in traffic because, you know, you never know. With all these cars that did not set a qualifying time, too, there might be some slower guys who are going to start in front of somebody who might even be much faster than they are, and that could cause a big problem as we get down to these first few turns as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and I tell you what, coming the pace cars, bringing them out of the last turn here, up on this big-time hill here, and the pace cars making I usually say left, but it makes a hard right this time on the pit lane, and it's going to send these machines roaring down here into turn number 1 here. Road America tonight, TRRL Bucky Berg Show Challenger Series for the Xfinity Series cars as they are roaring down this long straightaway, Ryan.
Yes, they are. They're coming down the front straight. We see a lot of guys jockeying for position as this race gets going. Oh, and was that the 18 got into the back of somebody, and a lot of cars spinning off the start here.
Yes, it is. And turn number 1, we just talked about that. You got actually Bucky Burke involved, number 18 machine, and right there. And wow, just a slew of machines going off in there. We talked about it here in the pre-race show. Ryan, turn 1 being very cautious going in there, and we just saw it going into turn 1. Let's show the viewers what happened here. Everybody, turn 1 looks like he locked up the brakes, and when he locked the brakes up right there in front of the field, nobody had anywhere to go, and of course, the car in front of him is going to be the one that stops you.
Definitely, and I don't know, I got to be honest, I don't know what the 18 car was thinking. I went back and I'm looking at the replay. He gets on his brakes so late. He was never going to make this corner. He almost, in my opinion, made no effort to try to get stopped behind the 24 and just caused a huge pileup. And he didn't even get through turn 1 yet, Joe.
I tell you what, Corey Warden's a man who has checked out here on this field. He said, hey, look, y'all sit back there, battle out just a little bit all you want, but I am gone. It was a man on point for the practice, a man on point for qualifying, and tonight he looks like he might be the man on point to win this one.
Yes, he does. I mean, we mentioned it, how fast he was in practice and in qualifying there, and I felt like the 99 was going to have to have a decent, you know, or that somebody was going to have to put up a decent fight off the start here to have a shot at beating him. But as of right now, the 99's got no competition as he's starting to run away from this field already.
Yeah, I tell you what, and that is absolutely right. As they are fanned out a little bit, and that's what's going to happen a lot here at a road course style track of like Road America. They're going to fan out a lot as Clifford Edmonds got a lot of damage on that machine, unfortunately, but currently running forward spot. So, hey, if he can hang on, and we got a car off into the gravel pit right there. Looks like Grayson Trexler in the number. Ooh, he bumps the wall just a little bit there coming out of the turn.
Yes, he did. You know, Grayson Trexler had a lot of damage off the start. It looks like he had gotten into Clifford Edmond under that pace lap, and Clifford got spun. And then he was also involved slightly into that accident when they all just went through turn 1 that last time. And interesting that there was no caution there with all those cars sitting on the track. But nonetheless, all these drivers that are still out here just trying to pick up speed and hoping that their cars are going to be able to last for that first pit stop so that they can get some of this damage fixed.
Well, you know, I forgot to ask. You know, we talked about it in the pre-race here. Did he take the cautions off like they normally would in a normal sanctioned GT3 style road course style race? Did he take that off? So maybe he took those full course cautions off, and that's why we did not see that on the start. So an interesting thing, and we might have to find out here later on in the race when we get Bucky up here and ask him that.
Definitely going to have to hit Bucky up for that. I mean, we got a lot of guys out here with a lot of damage, including Bucky himself. His left rear Bucky, for example, has got some nose damage. His left rear quarter's pretty bad. Grayson Trexler's got all that nose damage. Ricky Springer, a lot of nose damage done to the you know, Corey Tabor, I don't believe he even took the start. Zachary Zwar has already been removed from the server for that accident in turn 1 for just basically a careless mistake. And Clifford Evans also got a lot of nose damage. He pit here, given that he had so much distance over Brent Scott in the 50 car. Clifford seems to be back on track, and he's got some damage fixed, but obviously still quite a bit on the nose there.
I mean, I'll tell you what, the best battle, I'm going to say battle, the best thing right now going on the track, Ray Richards sitting there in the second spot. He is trying to run now, but 7 seconds separates him and the man up front, Corey Wharton, in that number 99 machine. But I tell you, Corey Blevins, we've got a lot of Corys out here tonight, Ryan. But Corey Blevins running in the third spot there is trying to run down Ray Richards as they are, like we was talking earlier, there's not even a little over a second between those two. So that's only actually here in a road course style race. That's only one turn as we see Corey Blevins right there pull up a little bit. But man, that straightaway speed that Ray Richards has, he's able to pull off away from him.
Yes, he is. I mean, he's running away right now from Corey Blevins, doing everything he can to try to catch Corey Wharton. But in 2 laps, Corey Wharton has pulled out to a 13.5-second gap over the entire field. A very big margin here so early in this event.
I'll tell you what, it reminds me, go back to the race they had here at the Bucky Burke Show Challenger at Watkins Glen, where a one-time man came in. We know who he is. Jake Nichols came in here and he dominated in that race. And tonight, Corey Wharton looks like the man on point, dominating here at Road America. But the battle for second place right now, Ray Richard right there, like you said, 13.5 seconds behind Corey Wharton. But he's got Corey Blevins a couple seconds back. But these two, like I said, that gap could be closed as we're watching the brake rotors just glow. And oh, Corey Blevins looks like he blew through that turn just a little bit.
Yeah, perhaps a bit. Perhaps got in there a little bit hot. Didn't seem to hinder him too much. He's still just behind the 44 of Ray Richard. But, you know, at this point, if you're Corey Blevins, you're just kind of setting the pace right now, trying to understand what you're going to be able to do in this race. You know the 99 right now clearly has a dominant vehicle. So it's basically going to be about finishing second here for a lot of this field now.
Well, I tell you what, we're looking back here at Marcus Potts in fifth spot. He just got passed by the 51er. Ricky Springer there. That was a good clean pass. These two cars don't look like they're beat up, took them pretty clean. They might be just pacing their time here because we got 23 laps to go here. Road America tonight. TRL Bucky Burke Show Challenger Series here in the Xfinity cars. Joe White up here in the FMTV2 booth, accompanied alongside with Ryan W. Daniels. Hey, want to welcome all the viewers out there. Appreciate y'all watching and appreciate you coming out and checking out this awesome road course style racing.
Yeah, we do. You know, obviously we're up here just trying to have some fun. We got all these drivers out here, you know, working really, really hard. And I'd like to point this out real quick, Joe. The 55, who had all that damage at the end of lap 1, I saw that he had pitted. Clifford Evans, at least on my screen, appears to have no damage anymore to that 55 car. So I'm wondering if, in fact, there is a fast fix on for tonight's race in the event that there was a big accident like that, and maybe Clifford just decided to come in early and use it.
Well, you know, normally in the series here, we talk about that fast fix and give just a little update for all the viewers out there. Fast fixes is basically this: they get a one-time pass-go card, almost so to speak, or get-out-of-jail-free card, so to speak. Actually, what it does is actually you go into pits, it repairs your car like you got to know it. They pull out the backup car, so to speak. And normally in this series, they don't run that. So you're tonight that Bucky has decided, hey, look, we know this is a road course. We know it's a treacherous style track. I'm going to give one tonight, and we're going to let it be. So that way it'll be a little bit more better if we do have an accident like what was in turn 1. But I tell you, the battle was on there for third and fourth between Ricky Springer and Marcus Potts. And Ricky Springer, he did an awesome slide job a minute ago going in one of those turns.
Yes, he did. He did a really good job there, Joe, trying to making the pass up there. But as I'm listening to your part of the track, I'm looking for a little further back in the field right now, taking a look at the number 50 car, Brent Scott, and he is just having a hellacious time trying to get around this track. That 50 car locked him up going into the first turn, got it dead sideways and spun, and then when they came off of turn 2, he also got into the gravel and spun out. So Brent is just fighting that number 50 Chick-fil-A Camry really, really hard right now to try to keep it on the course.
Yeah, he is. I'll tell you what, just having a little bit of trouble. Like we said, hey, you know, no harm, no foul, but he might actually want to just start looking at, that's a good looking shot right there, the number 50 machine. He's got all the fenders on it, but just having a heck of a time out there trying to handle that car as we go back up here to the leader, number 99, and the Reese towing powered machine, and he doesn't need a tow truck tonight, Ryan, as that number 99 Toyota Camry is showing the way here at Road America Speedway.
Yes, he is. I mean, you know, Corey Wharton, clearly right now in the class of the field, he's got that 99 car running really, really strong. A huge gap over the number 44 of Ray Richard, who's running second. Ray has not even actually passed the line yet, so I'll give you an accurate margin between the two. Once the 44 comes across the line, the last time it was 20 seconds. It's now up to 25. So Corey Wharton, as of right now, in 5 laps, has averaged a 5-second gap over everybody every lap this entire race thus far.
Wow, I'll tell you what, that's some good statistics right there, Ryan, as we're going through the field while you were talking there, just showing off some of the awesome paint jobs and awesome cars here tonight as we're focused up here on Bucky Burke himself, unfortunately running in 10th spot. Not where he would like to be at. Got caught up in that accident on turn number 1, but actually looks like he went in, and you're right. It looks like they might have the fast fix on because his car has no damage whatsoever on it now. But unfortunate thing about it is he's got the leader. It looks like he's already went a lap down, and that's an unfortunate thing. So definitely going to have to wait till the pit stops or whatnot to cycle through so he can actually get this thing taken care of.
Definitely. I mean, I can't tell if one is on or not. I know the 55 had a ton of damage when he pit. I don't know about anybody else right now. The 50 has a little bit of rear end damage, but I don't believe he's pit. And I know you got your little tattletale needle that'll tell you who's pit and who hasn't yet, but Bucky had a heck of a lot of damage, as you had mentioned, and I don't see a scratch on the number 25 car now, so perhaps there is, in fact, fast fixes on. Bucky has decided maybe to have those on instead of the cautions, and that was the trade-off. If the cautions were on, people could keep up, and it would have kept the field closer. And now without the cautions, he's decided, hey, we'll give everybody one free pass here to have an accident, and then after that, it is what it is.
Yeah, I know. I'll tell you what, this is actually what we're looking at right here. Ray Richard in 3rd spot, and you're right 100% right there, Ryan. And the 51 machine getting off track just a little bit. Ray got by him, but I tell you, it might be the trade-off. He might have clicked on the fast fix thing, said, hey guys, we're going to do that. The cautions because we've got 20 laps to go here at Road America.
Yes, just 20 laps to go, but again, this is a 4-mile road course. It takes a long time to get around this track. It takes about, 2 minutes to get around this circuit, if not more, depending on the driver. So at the blistering pace here that the 99 is setting, his best time thus far in the entire race is a 2:13.566. So at over 2 minutes and a quarter a lap, this race is going to take quite a while to get through, even at 25 laps.
Absolutely, I'm 100% with you right there, Ryan. As we're looking at these cars go around this monstrous track here at Road America tonight. So I definitely want to appreciate all the viewers and everyone out there tonight, definitely watching here and watching at home, so forth, with the TRRL Bucky Burke Show Challenger Series here tonight.
Yeah, definitely important that all these fans are out here watching us tonight on all of our streaming services that we offer. But, having some fun up here in the booth with you, Joe. Enjoying watching this race. It's nice and spread out right now. So, just kind of being able to go over each individual driver and kind of just discuss how their race is going, take a look at their cars, and give them a little bit of airtime tonight.
Yes, sir. I'm definitely here with you now. Battle. It looks like that number 51, man, a Ricky Springer right there takes over the 2nd spot away from Ray Richard. He dove that car down the inside of him there to take the 2nd spot from him.
Well, I think it's important to mention here, Joe, Ricky Springer qualified 2nd and really had a car that, at least in qualifying and practice, looked like he could keep up with the 99 of Corey Wharton, but he got taken out by the 18 in the first turn. And even with all the damage that's on that 51 car, maybe he's a little slower than he'd like to be, but it makes you wonder. If he's already caught and passed the guy that was in 2nd when he was all the way back in 9th place at the end of the first lap, That means it's only taken Ricky about 5 laps to go through the entire field, basically, and now he's got to try to reel in Corey Wharton, which is going to be a tall order with all the damage on that 51 car. But when they come into pit, that means, you know, the 99 and him are both going to have to pit basically at the same time still. He's going to get that damage fixed, and he might be able to catch up to the 99 before the end of this race without a caution.
Yeah, because he's doing it with a damaged car out there right now, and obviously showing some speed and showing some muscle in that number 51 machine. And like you just said, with a damaged car, being able to do what he's doing is very impressive. The only time he's really going to definitely show any kind of a slowdown is this long straightaway that they have here. But for the most part, around these turns, that damage shouldn't hamper him too much, but it will hamper him just a little bit.
You're right, too. I mean, basically, it's like you just said. It's going to hurt him on the straightaways because, you know, the one thing that a NASCAR stock car on one of these road courses has basically a little bit over, let's say, a GT3 car is the aerodynamic advantage. A GT3 car necessarily isn't designed for aerodynamics. It's designed for cornering speed. An Xfinity car is not designed for cornering speed. It's designed to be fast going in a straight line. So the 51 is suffering there, but if he can keep this car turning really well, he's not going to continue to lose a ton of time to the 99 of Corey Wharton, but he's certainly going to lose a lot of time on the straightaways.
As we're looking right here, still with Ray Richard, who is trying to run down that second place car. It looks like he might have used a little bit of the tires up somewhat, because I tell you what, that 51 machine has just blown and made a huge gap between him and the third place machine runner there. But Clifford Evans, who has fired back and has jumped up there to fourth spot. So hey, with that fast fix, it might have paid off for him, because from the seventh spot up to the fourth spot and gaining a little bit of time.
Yeah, he is. I mean, we mentioned it. That 55 also in practice seemed to be pretty quick. He was right up there in the top 3 as well with Ricky and Corey. So, you know, Clifford is certainly putting together a decent race right now in that number 55 car. You know, it came in early, got the damage fixed, and perhaps he's just assuming, hey, I know how to get around here. If I do it early enough, I can just make up time and continue to try to make up time. And by the end of this race, he may not win it, but he might definitely be in the battle for second and definitely could bring home third if he can just keep it on the course.
Trying to tell you, I'm watching Clifford Evans right now. He started in 7th, currently 4th right now, so he is trying to take that machine to the front.
Yes, he is, and I took a look just now. Just to give you an example of the lap times that are being set by the front 2 running cars, that last lap, Ricky Springer only lost a second to Corey Wharton, who is, again, putting on basically a setting of a lap now. He's kind of backed off. He's not putting together the 5-second strings like he was earlier in the race when he was just setting that blistering pace. But now, you know, the last lap, the 51 car ran a 2:17.440. The 99 Wharton on the most previous lap ran a 2:16.510. So, you know, obviously there's the distinction that he's still about a second faster than the 51, but that's coming down right now to tire wear and aerodynamics. The 51 is still basically setting a pretty close lap time to the 99, so if he gets rid of that damage, he might still be able to give Corey a run for his money here at the end of the race.
Yeah, absolutely right there. As I'm looking back here at Corey Blevins in the 5th place right there in the number 24 machine. He is all tore up, definitely has not taken his pit stop. We got 18 laps to go here at Road America tonight for the TRRL Bucky Berg Show Challenger Series. And I tell you what, Ryan, if the cautions ain't on, we're just going to go ahead and do a quick commercial break here. We'll be right back, viewers. Please don't go away here for the Road America here tonight.
Want the best sport and iRacing graphics? Sport Graphic creates custom graphics, videos, logos, iRacing paint schemes, suits, and helmets. We also create social media graphics, Twitter headers, Facebook covers, and more. Visit our website for more information and to view examples and the latest designs at sportgraphicdesign.com. We strive to be the best of the best. The best graphics are made here at Sport Graphic.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here at Road America tonight for TRRL Bucky Burke Show Challenger Series. 17 laps to go here. It has been a heck of a wild one here tonight. Normally they took the cautions off here tonight for us, Ryan. So, but they did put the fast fixes on for these drivers here. So a lot of them have yet to make their pit stops. And right there into the sand trap, we see Corey Blevins. He's going into the sand trap, following the machine in front of him right there, Clifford Eben.
I don't know where you're looking, Joe. I'm sorry. I just tuned into Corey Blevins, and I have him running behind the 25 of Bucky Burt right now.
Hit that, hit your arrow button and go live.
I am live.
Mine's showing live right now, and it's showing Corey Blevins sitting in the 5th spot. And right now he's got Clifford Evans sitting actually right behind him now. Clifford Evans in the 4th spot, but actually you got to look at these two machines. Let's see, Clifford Evans, Corey Blevins showing in the 5th, and who is it behind him?
It's Bucky.
You know what? Those two have the same exact colored almost cars, and that's probably where we're getting confused at here.
Yeah, now I'm seeing Bucky crash as they go through the corner.
Yep, and Bucky takes it into the turn too hard and locks them up. But I tell you, yep, that's where I was getting confused. I didn't see the number on the side. Sorry about that. I'm looking at my scoreboard clip here, and Clifford Evans is in front of Corey Blevins in the 4th spot. And if you look, and actually I'll show you what I'm talking about here, folks, that you can get an idea of what I'm seeing there. If you look from the front and the side, he has a blue, white, and a black car, and Bucky Burt, on the contrary, has a black, blue, and a white car also. If you don't see the numbers real quick, that's where the confusion lied in. They were nose to tail with each other. Ray Richard was with Bucky Burt there. But man, Bucky Burt looks like he's having all kinds of trouble right now riding on this track.
Yes, he does. I mean, he's a lap down right now. He's right now the last car running out on the track. You know, I feel bad for Bucky. You know, he's trying real hard. He can tell he is, but that car, he's just trying to drive it faster than it wants to. He doesn't have it driving right as he's entering these corners. Clearly, you know, just not handling to his liking, and just a rough night going on so far for the 25 car.
Yeah, it is. I tell you what, he is looking very, very, frustrated out there. He just let the number 2 machine go by, Marcus Potts right there in the Tide machine. You know, he's just having his hands full. But hey, he's trying to hang in there. He's trying to get points because he's running for a championship here, and that's something that he definitely wants. As right now, Ricky Springer right now in the 2nd place machine is definitely, I don't know if he's going to be able to run down that man, Corey Wharton, because he has been the class of the field right now. Started first, currently first. They had 9 of these laps so far, 16 to go here tonight at Road America.
Yes, he has. Corey Wharton has led from the drop of the green flag. He's led all of the first 10 laps here at the race. You know, Ricky has not lost too much time since taking 2nd place. Nowhere near as much time as Ray Richard, who's now 48 seconds back behind the 99 car. But that damage on the 51 is definitely affecting his performance, and definitely got to be frustrating for Ricky Springer in that 51 car when you know that your car, when it wasn't damaged, it wasn't taken out by somebody making such a big mistake in the first corner on the first lap, that you might have had something for that 99 car tonight.
Well, you're 100% right there, I tell you what. And you're talking about Ray Richards slowing down just a little bit. He's going to have a whole handful here in just a second of Clifford Eben, who is pouring on the steam in that number 55 Ford Mustang there, the white, blue, and the black machine, as he is closing in on the back deck lid there, Ray Richards' machine.
Yes, he is. He's getting a big run on him as they come up to the front straightaway here You know, we mentioned it before how big cornering was. Clearly, the 44 is slower through the corners than the 55 is, and that 55 is going to have a big run by the time they get down here to turn number 1.
Absolutely right here, as you see Clifford Evans trying to pull the power on and maybe try to make a dive down in turn number 1 here. It's a battle for the 4th and 3rd place right here as Ray Richards trying to hold off a hard-charging Clifford Evans here at Road America.
I mean, I would be careful if I was Ray, and that's why I was going to say to be careful. The 55 with so much speed just bumped him out of the way. Not smart on the part of the 44 car. I mean, I know you're racing for a championship, but really, if a guy's that much faster than you, it's not worth trying to block him going into a corner.
Tell you what, Clifford Evans made that pass, moved up in the 3rd spot. We talked earlier that this man is definitely one of those road course specialists out here tonight. Corey Wharton, though, still the man on point. But look, Clifford Evans right there trying to pull that number 55 machine back to the front. Had a little mishap here earlier on at Road America, but definitely in the top 3. So, hey, looking very good. Ricky Springer right now might be the man who is going, I hope that, I would say I'd hope for a caution, but we've already seen there's none. So he's hoping for maybe some green flags. The problem is Clifford Evans has already went into the pits. Now, my question is, can he make it the rest of the way in the 15 laps here? And, boy, he got hot in that one. He's in a sand trap, Brian.
Who's this, the 99 car?
That is the 55 machine of Clifford Evans.
Are you? I keep missing whatever it is you're seeing. I apologize, Joe. I was messaging in the chat trying to see how everybody's doing, but yeah, you know, we're talking about it. The 55, who's definitely trying to, you know, get up there and try to catch up to the 51 car of Ricky Springer. You know, now, and I just noticed this on the 55 car, that bump that he made on the 44 of Ray when they went down through turn 2 has put more nose damage now back on the 55. In retrospect, I had mentioned how the 44 should have gotten out of his way. Clifford should have just been a bit more patient, just worked his way around him, because at the blistering pace he was starting to catch the 51 at, was it really worth getting that damage again on your 55 car after you spent the time to repair it?
Well, you got to look too, but here, even that's not a significant amount of nose damage he has. So I don't know how much that's actually going to hurt him here tonight, because he is still reeling in Ricky Springer right there in the number 2nd place machine. But he's definitely having a lot of connection issues. That's the one thing about it here. He had those at the beginning of the races. We see those red glowing rotors. That's another thing here at this track, is they use an awful lot of doggone brakes.
Yes, they do, and when you can see brakes glowing in the daylight, that tells you those things are hot. Because normally you would see glowing brakes at a night track, maybe somewhere like a Bristol or something like that, but when you're seeing them in the light of day here at a road course, them suckers are getting well over a couple thousand degrees every time these cars are getting on the brakes.
Yeah, it is, and we're back here up on the 2nd place machine of Ricky Springer right there in the number 51. You know, he's got a tremendous amount of damage, but has yet to make a pit stop, so it's going to be curious. So it's something we're going to watch here, and we're going to get a definitive 100% answer on that fast fix. We're probably 98% sure because of what we've seen. But once we see him make his pit stop, and if that car goes back to pristine, looking beautiful as the backup, then we know they definitely are there, Ryan.
Yes, we do, and I do want to point this out. I'm looking at the lap times. The 99 is actually now starting to go slower than the 51 car, and I don't believe that's by design. The 51 is just picking up speed even with all that damage. He's starting to figure out how to drive that car with all that damage and get a lot of speed out of it. He's caught Corey Wharton by about 2 seconds over the past couple of laps. He's still a great distance of 35 seconds back, but he's definitely starting to catch the 99 a little bit.
I'll tell you what, right now, unfortunately, don't know what happened on this deal right here, but the number 24 of Corey Blevins is smoking very bad and is going to have to bring that thing down the pit road. Let's watch his pit stop for a second, because he's made one pit stop, but I don't know if he actually is going to use the fast fix or not. But let's see if that car actually magically goes back to looking very good. So we're gonna check it right here and watch his pit stop.
Alrighty, I'm right there with you. I'm watching the aerial view of the number 24.
All right, good deal. Well, let's just watch here a little bit as he's pulling it on that long pit road here. I tell you, that's another thing. Wide and long pit road, so definitely not a lot of problems, but he is heavily smoking. So a hard lick here, so let's see what happens.
And as we just noticed, I believe, that the 24 might have...
Well, I don't see the car going back fixed like it was, is it?
No, I just heard over the race chat, the 25 of Bucky Bird just asked if the 24 had a fast fix, and it would appear that the 24 has already used his fast fix today. He's done.
All right,
30 minutes of repairs to be done.
I tell you what, that actually confirms it right there. He had it on for this race, so we've been kind of speculating, me and you, the whole entire event here. So definitely, some of these guys have made pit stops right here. Market. What happened?
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to cut you off, but 99 just was crashed.
Well, let's rewind here just a little bit more so to give the viewers here a darn look at what the 99 might have just had happen to him here, as he, he's setting sail with 36 seconds on the field. He has yet to make a pit stop with 13 laps to go. He goes to try to pass the number 50 machine here. Let's see what might have happened as we're watching back here. Oh, I see he went off on the apron just a little bit, almost into the sand pit there in that turn, it looks like.
Yes, he did. When I saw it, I just saw him. When I turned to him, I saw him go by the feet, and I thought I saw him get clipped for a second, and I just saw his front brakes like up. I thought that was going to be a heck of a lot worse than what it was. That's why I went, ooh, as I saw it. I didn't mean to cut you off there. I do apologize.
No, there's no problem. I tell you what, with no cautions out here, if you see something happen, let me know, because normally we have a caution. We have time to slow down, watch, and look, and trying to bring all the excitement to all these fans out here. These cars are so spread out, and I'm trying to go through here. We got the second place machine taking his one and only pit stop here for today. The second place guy, started second, currently was second. Ricky Springer right here. So definitely, he hasn't pitted, so we know he's got a fast fix, and he was fast even with a beat up, damaged machine. Man, how much more faster is he going to be with one that's going to be clean?
Man, I mean, fastest laps we saw run, at least in practice, were right around the higher 213 range to the low 14s, and that was what Corey Wharton was running as fast times. The fastest lap that I have seen Ricky Springer run was a 2:14.09 in qualifying. So if he's running the low 2:14s, that's probably good enough to try to catch up to the 99 car, but he's going to need to use all of his stuff up these first two laps while the 99 comes into pit and try to make up as much time as possible on Corey.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's got a brand new looking number 51 machine out there now, and that number 51 Camaro, and he is definitely going to look to stalk down the leader, Corey Wharton, who has been the class of the field here for the TRRL Bucky Burke Show Challenger Series at Road America here with the Xfinity machines. These guys are putting on a heck of a show, and like we said, Bucky Burke has definitely put on a show to where it's almost a traditional style road course race. They've given him the fast fixes but taking the full course cautions off here, so it definitely makes more of a strategic pit stop, strategic of how you do things on the track, and definitely makes for a little bit more interesting of a race, so to speak, Ryan.
Yes, it does, and it looks to me like some strategy is going to come into play because Corey Wharton did not pit that time by. Ricky Springer being all that distance behind. Now, though, on the fresh tires is going to have even more of an advantage because his tires are brand spanking new. The 99 is on old tires, still trying to nurse this car around. I don't know how long the 99 is trying to wait to pit, but the 51 is just going to make up time as long as the 99 is staying out there on old tires.
Yeah, he is right now. I'm showing him at 44 seconds behind, and 44 seconds around this track is not quite a full lap around here. We were talking about, a minute? What is it, around about a minute 13, minute 20?
No, it's an entire lap around here is over 2 minutes. So he's
okay, my
not
bad.
Anywhere near. No, it's all good. But he's less than half a lap behind the 99. So the 99's definitely got to try to come in here as quick as he can, because as long as that 55 can keep, or 51, I'm sorry, can keep going, the 99 at some point is just going to keep losing time to him on fresh tires.
Yes, he will. So actually, we're seeing Ray Richard now taking it off down there in the number 3 machine, going into making his pit stop in his one and only tonight, as we're going to have about 10 laps to go here this time by at Road America here for the TRL Bucky Burke Show Challenger Series for the Xfinity cars tonight. Joe White up here in the FMTV2 booth, accompanied alongside with Ryan W. Daniels. And again, want to apologize to viewers out there. Having a few little technical difficulties early on the race. Hope it has kind of cleared itself out there or whatnot. I hope y'all have enjoyed this race so far, because me and Ryan definitely have. And it's a different strategy style race than what we're used to calling, Ryan. I mean, we're used to having cautions and whatnot. Here it's more of no cautions and a lot of driving skill, basically.
Yes, it is, and I'm getting ready to watch what's going to start happening for second, unless the 55 of Clifford Evan pits. Ricky Springer on those fresh tires is starting to catch up. Clifford, he's now all the times updated when the 51 came across the line. The 51 car is about a minute and 12 seconds behind Corey Wharton. So it's obviously not going to take over a minute for Corey to pit. But if Corey makes a mistake whenever he decides to pit in, and as long as the 51 car doesn't make a mistake and he's out on track, the 51 is going to continue to run down the 99, and the 99, I just noticed, did not pit again this time by.
Yeah, you're 100% right here. Let's get a little bit of a race summary here. Laps completed, 15 of 25 here tonight. Obviously, no cautions because, well, cautions are off, so definitely that's a unique statement for us to say there, Ryan, here, because we're so used to seeing cautions here as we're riding along with the second place man, Clifford Evan here. And I tell you, Ricky Springer saying that he lost a little bit there, but I don't know, is he gaining the gap here on Corey and Clifford?
I'll have to take a look when he comes back. He did lose time over the last 2 laps because he was 44 seconds back when he pitted.
Yeah.
Then he lost time, obviously, when he came back out from pitting. So this lap will be the first one where we're actually finding out if he's catching up. So he was 111 last time by. He's currently 103. He's picked up 8 seconds, 1 lap.
Wow, so that's amazing here that he has been able to pick up at that much of the time and whatnot. And I tell you, this is the thing. So the man right here to keep an eye on would actually be right there, the third place man of Ricky Springer and that number 51 machine. He was fast with damage. He's even faster with a clean car out there. So can he be the man to spoil the party for Corey Wharton tonight in that number 99 machine?
I think he can. You asked me how fast. I thought he was going to be on fresh tires. This is the lap that the 51 just set his best lap through practice, through qualifying, through everything, is a 2:13.648. And just to bear in mind, Corey Wharton set the pole lap for this race at a 2:13.3, so he's only 3/10 off the best qualifying lap in this race. So that 51 car is on a flyer right now. That 99, when he comes into pit, better hope that everything goes perfectly. Otherwise, he might be in for it whenever it is the 51 catches up.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm right there with you. We're going to look about 9 laps to go next time by here. And let's see where Corey Wharton is. He is actually coming down that long straightaway. He is yet to go on the pit lane. So currently first, still first. Started to put it on pole. He's led 16 laps here so far tonight going in, but he has yet to opt to do the pit stop. So I don't know what he's waiting on. But yet he's got a hard charging Ricky Springer, but he's also got Clifford Evan in between him and that man.
Yes, he does, and Ricky Springer is definitely starting to catch up to Clifford Evan pretty dang quick. Clifford's up through the S's right now, and the 51 is just entering that S corner. So I'm going to give you an update when the 51 and the 55 come by the line here.
All right, good deal. Appreciate that update there, Ryan, as we are definitely watching this awesome thing unfold here tonight. Road America here for the TRL Bucky Burke Show Challenger Series. It is going to be a thriller here at the end, I believe, as we're going to watch and see if Corey Wharton can hold off a hard-charging Ricky Springer and that number 51 machine. Clifford Evan, though, man, might say, hey, look, I got a little bit to say about this. I'm sitting in second spot. Y'all ain't said much. Even though I might have a little banged up on my car, I definitely might still have something for these guys.
Oh, boy, Joe, do I have an up for you. Ricky Springer is now only less than 5 seconds back behind Clifford. He picked up almost 8 seconds on Clifford alone on that lap. And when they last came by, it was a 1 minute 9 second gap back from the 99 to the 51. It's down to 56 seconds. He is catching him well over 10 seconds a lap.
Wow, I'll tell you what, that is tremendous there, Ryan. And I'm looking at it right now, focused on Ricky Springer right there as he is looking to run down the second place car there, Clifford Everett. He's definitely going to have to deal with him first before he even sets sail to try to even run down Corey Wharton. But I tell you, if he keeps on pace like he's going, it is he's probably going to do it. Now, the next question I got is, as hard as Ricky's running, and Corey is yet to make his pit stop, the thing we got to think about here is if he goes in, if Corey goes in here this late, he's going to come out with fresh tires. If Ricky is not able to get by him while he's on pit road, that definitely might seal it there, because Corey's going to be on those better tires and definitely be able to run this track very hard to get away from him.
And you're 100% right, Joe. That is the trade-off right now. That was the gamble the 51 set. He knew that he had to get the fresh tires long before he thought the 99 would have to pit. The 51 is out here running as fast as he can before the 99 has to come in. Let's bear in mind as well, he's right behind Clifford Everett now, as the 51 is actually getting into the battle for second with the 55 car of Clifford. But, you know, when the 99 comes in, he is going to have the same advantage at some point the 51 car has had now. So the 51 needs to keep rattling off fast laps so that he can try to at least be just behind Corey to make a difference when they pit. And I believe the 55 also still has to pit. Even though he already pit to get his damage fixed, he's still going to need to come back and get fuel, I believe.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you right there, as we're still riding along with the number 51 machine here, Ricky Springer. And I tell you, this is going to heat up as he does take that second spot away from Clifford Evans, who concedes it to him. Now he's going to set sail to try to run down Corey Wharton, and Corey Wharton might want to think about, when do I take that pit stop? When do I actually go in and try it? Because if I let him get too close to me, he's going to get too far away from me, as we're only going to have 7 laps to go this next time back.
Yes, we are. And I mean, if I'm Corey Wharton at point, now that Ricky Springer has taken second, he's going to be aware of that fact, I'm sure. And you know that Ricky, that most previous lap, just caught you by another 5 seconds. If Ricky gets inside 45 seconds or so, it's not going to be all that unheard of for him to be just behind the 99 by the time the 99 comes out of the pits. Because the 99 has to take a full tank of gas. There would be no sense for him not to take tires. And, you know, the 99 now is just playing his own game of, you know, try to catch me if you can. But it looks like Corey Wharton's going to pit right now that the second place car is Ricky Springer.
100% with you right there, Ryan, as we're looking. And actually, here we go. Corey Wharton bringing it down on pit road here. Going to be 7 laps to go here at Road America tonight. TRL Bucky Burke Show Challenger Series here. And we are looking, can Ray Richard pull it off and run this guy down? So let's see. Ray Richard's coming around here on the back stretch. He is definitely going to be close.
Definitely is, and I believe you mean Ricky, sir, but Ricky is coming through that final turn right now. Corey is sitting in the pits right now, getting his right side tires on at the end of the straightaway, and here comes Ricky going to come up the hill. He's going to be on the same straightaway at least as the 99 car, but the 99 is still going to have a huge advantage back to the 51, and now he can just put the power down and start trying to run this lead back out.
And he's going to have to, and if he doesn't, you know, with those new tires that actually Corey's going to have, he's going to have to try to make the gap and make a huge gap between him and that second place or third or wherever Corey Wharton's going to have to come through back out. Corey Wharton comes back out on the track end, but right now Ricky, the man on point, has he passed the leader yet?
He has not, Joe. Corey entered the first, he exited first. They are now entering I'm not really sure what turn number it is, but they're headed up for the Corvette sign here on one of the middle sections of the racetrack, and Ricky is not too far behind him. He's about that straightaway behind. So I'm going to estimate probably around 8 seconds back from Corey. So, you know, the 51 is just going to have to try to hang on to second at this point.
Yeah, I know. I'll tell you what. Unfortunately, that was a good, awesome pit stop by that man Corey Wharton right there to get in and get out and still maintain and be up front. He knew the time that he had to do it in, and he definitely did it. It might be the winning move of the race here for him tonight here at Road America, with it's going to be 6 laps to go this time by.
Yes, it is. They're going to come down here to 6 to go when they get to the line, and obviously 6 laps is still a long, long way to go in this race. You know, and it's not too far back from the 99 to the 51, but definitely going to be a tall order now for the 51 to try to catch Corey with the tires that are definitely probably in the middle stage of their lifespan at this point.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Ryan. There, it's definitely going to be a tough one, and we knew it was as soon as he made that pit stop. If he did not get in front of him, it was going to be a hard thing to catch him, because, like what we just said, or well, like what you just reiterated on, is the fact that he's on older tires, and Corey Wharton's going to come out on a heck of a lot fresher tires.
Yeah, you mean, you know, the 99 has played this race extremely well. He's done everything right. He's led every single lap from the drop with green flag. Just utter domination by Corey Wharton to this point. But, you know, the 51 car, he's got, you know, if you're going to take anything away from this at this point, you spent your entire first lap trying to make up time because you got taken out going into the first corner. The 51 has come from the back of the pack and now only being less than 6.5 seconds behind Corey Wharton. Now, if Corey makes a mistake, the 51 now is at least close enough to where, you know, he can pounce on that. It's not over yet, but if the 99 gets more than 10 seconds ahead, I would say, of the 51 with about 2 laps to go, and there's that kind of a distance, it's all but over for the 51 car to try to win this race.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you right there. I tell you, it's going to be interesting here. We're going to have about 5 laps to go this time by here at Road America here for the Bucky Burke Show's Challenger Series TRRLL tonight. And it's so far has been definitely interesting nonetheless here, as we're looking at Ricky Springer right now in the second spot here in this number 51 Chevrolet Camaro, but the man on point out front all night long for the most part, 99, the number 99 machine of Corey Wharton there, put it on pole, currently sitting in the top spot. He's led 19 laps so far. He's going to have 5 to go as he crosses the start-finish line here soon.
Yes, he is. I mean, you know, and I'm eager to see how far away the 99 has gotten since the last time these two crossed the line together, seeing, you know, what kind of a lap time the 99 has set. Because as I mentioned, the 51 set, you know, at least one of the faster laps in the entire session, whether it was practice, qualifying, or the race. And I have a feeling that the 99 is probably going to bust that lap right off a board 51 set, because he has just taken off on these new tires.
Yes, he has. Right now, riding along with the third place man, Ray Richard, who has brought that machine back up here to the third place spot at number 44. But Clifford Evans making a pit stop there, man, hoping maybe some tires might work in his advantage here as the closing laps here. Because, you know, everybody said, why would you pit with only 5 laps to go? It's a huge track. Like I said, it takes over 2 minutes to get around here. So, with 5 laps, that's almost like 20, 30 laps at a normal styled oval or a 1.5 mile oval track.
Yes, it is. I mean, it's huge, the advantage that new tires will do for you. And while we're speaking of new tires, I was just mentioning the lap difference. It was 6.5 seconds back from the 99 to the 51 when the 51 caught the 99 after the pit stops. It's now back up to 7.7. So Corey ran away by about, you know, almost a second and a half that one lap. Those fresh tires are definitely going to play into his hands as long as the 99 and Corey Wharton doesn't make a mistake.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, Ryan. As we're looking here, Clifford Evans trying to run down Ray Richards to try to get that third place spot back from him. Definitely having a lot of connection issues there. As we're looking at the 51 machine, he's losing a little time to Corey, but that's probably due to, like you said, we talked about it, tire management, the tire difference there. Oh, wait a minute, the leader's in trouble.
Oh, what happened?
It looks like a slow lap car in
crashed
front of
into
him.
Bucky.
He did. Looks like Bucky might have spun right there, and Corey Wharton had nowhere to go. He has got a lot of front end damage. That's definitely going to change things up here with 4 laps to go here at Road America. As Ray Richards is going to be chomping at the bit now, because that definitely could slow him down and hurt him a little bit in performance.
Well, you remember what I said about talking about the 99 needed to have a problem. Well, I don't think the 99 thought that the 25 was just going to be stopped over the racetrack like that. This is the best thing in the world that could have happened to the 51 car. He's just got to keep it clean now, because all that damage on the 99 is going to destroy his straight line speed.
Yes, it will. And I tell you what, we're going to have to keep an eye on here. Can Ricky kind of pull down and hunker down and pull in that number 99 machine of Corey Wharton here? He's got to be patient. Though he's on older tires, but he's got to drive smart, drive smooth. Right there, unfortunate set of circumstances here, Road America. But hey, that's a road course for you. You could be going around. Next thing you don't see around the turn, you got blind turns, so to speak. It wasn't Bucky's fault. He didn't mean to do it. He wasn't out here just hanging out in the middle of the track going, hey, look, I'm here. It happens. And unfortunately, the leader just all of a sudden, oh, wait a minute, hey, there's a car here, and now is in in dire trouble here in the closing laps of this one here at Road America.
Yes, definitely. I don't want what I said there to be taken the wrong way either. I don't mean any disrespect to the 25 car for that accident. It was certainly not Bucky's fault that accident happened. Just might have got in there a little bit hot, spun out. The 99 certainly just nowhere to go, and the 25 obviously is not trying to impede the 99 in any way. And just real quick as an update, it was 7.7 seconds the last time they came back across the line. It's down to 4.6 and closing. That 51 car is reeling in Corey Wharton with all that damage, even with the older tires. It's not making a lick of difference. The 51, all he has to do is keep it straight, and I feel like by the end of when they come to take the white flag here on lap 25, he is going to be right on the tailgate of that 99 Camry of Corey Wharton.
Well, I'll tell you, if Corey Wharton could keep that machine going anything like he was, you remember the 51 was damaged earlier, and he was actually fast. But I tell you, we're going to have to see, can he hold on for 3 more laps here at Road America tonight, TRLL? But definitely the leader, who the man who put it on pole, Corey Wharton here, he started first, led 21 laps, got caught up in a little bit of incident here, but did Ray Richard himself get caught up in something? Because he looks like he's dropped a little bit.
Ricky Singer.
Ricky.
I don't think so.
He looks like he's lost a little time to him, but there he was gaining a little bit. It looks like he's lost a little. Well, it looks like I don't know the gap there, but maybe it's just a view angle I'm looking at here. But I mean, it looks like it's maintaining more than anything, and he's going to have 3 laps to go here at Road America to try to run down that number 1 machine out there who's been on the top spot all night long, the 99 machine of Corey Wharton. As they go down this long straightaway, we're going to see if he gains any speed on him down the straight.
Let's take a look. When they come to the line, it was 4.6 last time. It is now 5.9, so the 99 is still running away with it, even with all that nose damage. The tires are still being the crucial factor here for Corey.
Yep, I tell you what, it might be, maybe he's got his lucky rabbit's foot in that number 99 machine there, so to speak, Ryan, tonight, because definitely with that damage on the nose, you can see it is severe there. It has still not hampered his performance, and I thought it looked like that Ricky was kind of losing pace just a little bit, but I tell you, maybe, hey, it's not over with. 3 laps to go. That's a long eternity for this style of track.
Yes, it is, and unfortunately, the way iRacing works, what I wanted to do was kind of ride on board with Corey and see if I could see if his temperatures were a little high, anything like that, but all the detail in the car, all the gauges locked a certain point, and they all showed that they're stable, so I can't tell if the 99 might be having an engine issue or anything like that that might hamper him as this race gets later and later going on.
Well, that's a good issue right there that you brought up, because they do a lot of shifting along with this track. We haven't really mentioned that, along with brakes and whatnot, brake fade that they have to experience, but they do a lot of downshift and upshifting. So with that damage on the front of the nose of that car, and being as many laps as he goes up and down in the RPM scale there, it's only going to take one time spiking. He could very well overheat the car, mess it up. and definitely lose it, because it is far from over, folks. Here we're going to have 2 laps to go at this monster track of Road America tonight here for the TRL Bucky Burke Show Challenge Series. But it looks like Ricky is definitely losing time to him right now, unfortunately. So maybe Corey, on those new tires, like you said, Ryan, is definitely paying off.
Yes, it is. It's still definitely paying off for the 99 car. I mean, he's got basically 8 lap pressure tires, and as we know, on a 4-mile racetrack, 8 laps is an eternity around here. So, you know, the tires on the 51 are definitely older now by a long shot over, you know, Corey's. And obviously, and as we come up the hill here, I'm riding with the 51. There's someone smoking down the pit lane, but we'll have to get an update on whoever that is. Looked like the Domino's vehicle. Like, was that Grayson Trexler? Looks to have blown an engine. But
oh man!
But the gap has now gone to 7.5. So, I believe it.
Yep,
went up again. Right?
7 seconds. Yep, 7 seconds.
So
it went up.
Yeah, so it went back up basically now to where it was before the 99 had his problem. So the one chance the 51 had was to have caught Corey when he got into the 25, I really believe, and now it's just about saving the tires for the 99 car, because even with all that damage, with just 2 laps to go here, it's going to be a heck of a tough time for that 51 to reel him in by 7.5 seconds, even if the 99 has a problem.
Yeah, the 99 is going to have a real major issue, slide, spin out, or you know, like you said, an engine failure or whatnot, even to give a chance to that 51, because if he keeps sailing like he is, he's on rails out there. And that time, a 99 Toyota Camry, but I tell you, right now he's got a punched-in nose, looks like a pug dog out there running around on the track.
Definitely, that car looks like he punched right in the face by Bucky Burke's car, but, you know, that Camry might not look the prettiest no more, but it's certainly still showing that it's certainly not going to be the bridesmaid tonight if Corey Wharton can just keep his foot on the gas and not have any mistakes here as they come to take the white flag here in just about a couple more corners.
That's right, you're 100% right. They're going to take the white flag here at Road America here for the Bucky Burke Show Challenger Series tonight, TRL. And it has been nothing short of a heck of a show here. As we had a little suspense right there with the leader who has dominated pretty much, so to speak, in the number 99 machine up front of Corey Wharton, who has put it on pole currently first. He's led 23 laps so far. Got into a little skirmish there as Bucky Burke spun out, and he had nowhere to go. And like you said, it looked like he just got punched in the mouth in the front end of that car, because it's all mashed in and bashed in nose and whatnot. And we thought that might have been Ricky Springer's chance to pull up there and get to him, and he did for a little bit. The problem is the difference in tires, Ryan.
Yes, it was. You know, obviously the tires were such a big factor in this race. The gap is now another 8.6 seconds, so another, you know, whole second gained by the 99, even with all that damage. Clearly, you know, had the 51 pit a little bit later, and this had happened, you know, maybe he'd have been able to do something to the 99, but it's just going to be a very simple, you know, final lap for the 99. Make no mistakes, and you've got yourself another win here in the series.
Yeah, you're 100% right here. So watching and riding with Corey Wharton here as he is looking to just bring this thing home, be very smooth this final time here around this monster track of Road America here tonight for the TRL Bucky Burke Show Challenger Series for the Xfinity race cars here. Appreciate all the viewers out there watching, staying with us here through this, I'm going to go ahead and say it. There's a heck of a hectic race, but a heck of a hectic stream here. It's a first time in a while. It's just been a kind of an up and down show for myself. I do apologize out there ahead of time, but nonetheless, these guys have put on a heck of a battle out here, and we're in the closing final laps as he is looking to take and come around the final turns.
Yes, he is. We got the 99 car. Corey Blevins going to come down that final real long straightaway through the treacherous pink corner, as they call it here at Road America, but he's going to come down to the final 2 turns, you know, and just pretty well an easy win here, which wouldn't you say when you lead every single lap of an entire race there, Joe?
Well, you can't argue with that one there, Ryan. I mean, you got me speechless there on that. I can't really say anything different to say. I mean, there's been nothing less than a dominating performance here tonight for the 99 machine here, and that Corey Wharton, who actually put it on pole. And like you said, we're going to watch as he comes around the last turn here at Road America. And we're going to watch him as he's going to come up the hill at the start-finish line here. The number 99 machine is going to take the checkered flag tonight here. TRL Bucky Burke Show Challenger Series. And look at Ricky Springer is going to round it out in the second place here. And we're going to look back and see actually if Clifford Everett going to actually be able to pull off and maintain and stay in third. And it looks like he will as nobody's around him, Ryan.
Yes, he does. I think Clifford's going to be able to come home in third place. We got Ray Richard. Looks like he's got fourth all locked up because the next closest guy behind him is Grayson Trexler. And he had that blown engine, it looked like. It looks like he now used his fast fix, and he's just going to try to get around the lap car of Bucky Burt. Who looks like he's going to end up coming home sixth tonight.
Yep, you're right. Ray Richard right there in the fourth place, man. Well, I'll tell you, these guys are just going to try to take it easy. And you know, because Grayson Trexler right there in the fifth place machine, he is 3 laps down. So your running order is definitely going to be Corey Wharton, the man on point tonight, winner, with a Ricky Springer right there bringing home in second, Clifford Everett in third, Ray Richard in fourth, Grayson Trexler in fifth, Bucky Bird himself, hey, fires back and got a sixth place here. He was back there in the back all night long, but hey, bounced back and got a pretty darn good finish out of it.
Definitely. Kudos to all the guys who were able to run this race. Oh, and the 55 car crashes on the final lap. He crashed into the tire barrier as he went to the final corner.
Holy cow. Let's see if maybe Ray Richard can close that gap in here. So maybe we might have spoke a little bit too soon here.
I'm not real sure. The 55 just, I don't know if he locked him up or what he was doing, but he crashed head on into the corner. Ray Richard, I don't believe he's going to have enough time to catch him, but Clifford Evans, definitely a big accident as he crashes after the start-finish line as well.
Wow, I'll tell you what. So, hey, another lap, and that might have been an interesting fact there that Ray Richard might have picked up the third spot. But, hey, like we said, the running order here, and Corey Wharton doing what we saw the other day, a backwards victory lap here on a road course here. So my hat's off here to the 99 machine of Corey Wharton here. Started, put it on pole tonight, Ryan, and took it home in dominating fashion here at Road America.
Yeah, heck of a race for the 99 car. Led all the laps tonight. Definitely busted his butt. Worked really, really hard to get this win. You know, not easy by any means. You know, when you come out here and you're doing all that he did tonight, and then coming over the adversity of getting into the back of the 25 car there with just a few laps to go. Definitely a well-deserved win and a dominant victory for the 99 of Corey Wharton tonight.
Well, you know, unfortunately, we don't have Corey Wharton in the team speak. We do have Clifford Eben here in the team speak. I'm going to put him up there. And we have, I'm trying to look,
Ricky's.
Well, he's got Richard Springer, so we're going to bring him up. But I don't see a race winner. But I tell you what, Ryan, I'm gonna let you talk to Clifford Eben here as we bring him up here. Man, finished in third place there.
All righty.
Top 3.
Clifford Eben, this is Ryan Daniels up in the FMTV2 booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I.
Good run tonight, man. Saw you were involved with a little bit of stuff at the beginning of the race there, but way to bring that 55 car home in third place, man.
Yeah, thanks. We just got caught up in that first turn incident there on the start. Blew our motor, and then so we had to bring it in on lap 2 to get some repairs. We lost a lot of ground, but we recovered for a nice third place.
Well, a heck of a job by you and that whole 55 team. Saw you get into a little bit of an accident there as well on the final lap when you got into the tire barrier. Everything okay there?
Yeah, I just got out of the brakes a little bit too hard. I was kind of joking around just a little bit, but that's all right. We were still able to hold on to third over Ray, fourth.
All right, man. Well, congrats on the third place finish. Sure, you were looking for a little bit more there. Had that first lap incident not happen, but great race by you in the 55 car. Is there anybody that you'd like to say hi to and thank out there?
I would like to thank Pioneer Motorsports for giving me this opportunity, and well, obviously Bucky Burt for putting on this league. So, and thank you guys for broadcasting as well.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us here, Clifford. We hope you have an awesome night, man.
You too.
Yes, I do. Oh man, first I gotta say props to Bucky for putting on the race. It was a great race all around, but have to say it's one of the craziest things I've ever done. Went from getting wrecked on the first lap, the car didn't really handle well after that. We pulled in the pit, damage fixed, and it handled well for a couple laps there when before Corey pit, and then he just had the new tires, and I didn't think I had a chance. Bucky got into him, and I thought I had one, but just didn't have enough time.
Well, man, Richard, I tell you what, my hat's off to you. When you did get that thing, you got that fast fix, you were coming on very strong, like you said. Just maybe ran out a little bit of time there. But you got anybody out there you want to thank tonight for bringing this thing home here at Road America in second spot?
No, not a lot of people. Just like to thank Bucky for putting on the race. Real props to him, and thank you for interviewing me.
Oh, not a problem. I tell you what, we're going to get the winner here, and I tell you what, my hat's off to you tonight. I'm going to get this back down to your crew there, as they're going to be ecstatic to come out of here in the road course in second place, and you did a heck of a phenomenal job driving the wheels off of that machine.
Thank you.
Not a problem. And Ryan, I tell you what, here we go. We got the winner, and I'm going to let you go ahead and run on down there to the victory lane, as we got Corey Wharton, the man who dominated tonight here. Ryan, running on down there and tell us what this man is feeling.
Corey Wharton, heck of a run tonight, man. I am Ryan Daniels up in the 82 booth. Running down here, you got the popcorn flying. Your crew is cheering for you. Heck of a run, man. Dominant victory. Anything you want to add?
No, just I ran the race kind of half. I kind of went to plan B. That's the easiest way to describe it. I went to plan B. The first lap, I don't know what happened, but the three guys that I was the most, not concerned, but the most aware of, all of a sudden found themselves 30 seconds behind, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll just, save some fuel, save tires, and just manage the race. And when I saw Ricky, I believe it is, whoever it is in the 51, when I saw the 51 pit, that's when I was like, okay, I can pit now, same time, and keep a 30-second gap, or I can stretch the fuel as much as I can, try and lead all the laps, and, come out with tires that hopefully will be, a couple laps or newer, so that in case something happened, I should, even with a damaged car, be able to maintain. And thankfully, I went with Plan B because team owner decided that he wanted to spend some money tonight and decided to run into the leader. So, it is what it is. No big deal. I saw him make a mistake. I was so focused on just, hitting marks, etc. And all of a sudden I look up and I'm like, oh, shoot, he's not going to go all the way into the gravel trap. And I basically slid straight into him full on the brakes. But it was a fun race. I'm really appreciative of this league. It's a fun time all the time. You don't always get races where you're 30 seconds ahead. You most of the time get races where you're only maybe 2/10 ahead, or, you got to fight for every spot that you got. So it's usually really entertaining. The strategy was something else, and I didn't get to see what happened to those guys behind me, but I'm going to watch back on FMTV2, watch back the broadcast once it goes up, and see what on earth happened and how that all played out. But it was really fun, and I'm really thankful for the competition, and I'm really thankful for the league being put together.
Well, we got to thank you, man. Again, an absolutely dominant victory. You and that 99 Toyota Camry led every single lap tonight. A heck of a call on the strategy there. A little bit of an unfortunate event there, you getting into the back of the 25, but didn't rally you too much. You still came home with the victory, and congratulations on that. And the only other thing I want to ask you is there anybody out there you want to thank?
I just want to thank absolutely everybody out there who's watching. I want to definitely, when you guys watch, it actually makes a lot of the difference. You hear it in, Sprint Cup and all that stuff all the time, that the fans make the biggest difference. And it really does, because, we can go out here and chase each other like dogs all day long, but when we hear that, we got people out there watching and cheering and trying to call strategy and stuff like that, it really does add to it, it does make the experience so much better. So thank you for everybody who's watching. Thank you so much to FMTV2 for broadcasting the races. I finally won one where you guys are broadcasting, so thank you. Figured out the strategy. Just got to talk to nobody. And yeah, thank you to Reese Tow Power for coming on for one more year and sponsoring what I do. I also have another sponsor, Active Green and Ross, but they'll show up on the car next week, so look out for that paint scheme. And again, thank you to Clifford and to the number 51. I'm pretty sure it's Ray, but no, it's Ricky. It's Ricky Springer. There we go. Just saw it pop up on the screen. It's Ricky. So thank you to those two for making it not just a sit down and turn laps race, but an actual thinkers race. So thank you again for all the competition, the broadcast, and everybody out there watching.
Well, thank you for joining us up here, man. You go celebrate with your crew. We'll get up with you in a little while, and have an awesome night there, Corey. Congrats on the win, buddy.
Thank you.
Well, I'll tell you what, it is a heck of an exciting finish there tonight, Ryan, as you just talked to the winner there, Corey Wharton, who pulled it off here tonight at Road America here for the TRL Buckyburg Show Challenger Series. I want to appreciate all of the viewers out there. Man, it has been awesome here tonight and an exciting race. And again, from me personally, I want to apologize for the technical side difficulties I have had tonight, and we'll get them shored up, and that's totally on my end there, but nonetheless didn't take away from the exciting finish that we had here at America. Ryan, got any thoughts?
I want to come up here and just thank you again, Joe, for having me up here, inviting me to do this Bucky Burt race with you. You know, I want to thank Bucky and all the guys at the Thunder Road Racing League for inviting us up here and letting us broadcast their league and letting us do what we do up here, because, you know, again, we mentioned it, and I didn't really get a chance to say it during the broadcast night, but without the fans and the leagues, you and me aren't here doing our thing. I just want to tell you, Joe, you know, we all know you bust your butt working on these streams. Don't let tonight with our broadcast issues affect you too much. You know, I think we all did a good job tonight, and, you know, stuff happens, but we'll roll on, and I look forward to seeing you this Tuesday night when we race each other in the trucks.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, until then, tune in, see for the next thing here, and everyone out there, and all the viewers, all the fans watching tonight, we appreciate it, and hey, we want y'all to have a good night and a safe one. For FMTV2, have a good night.
Want the best sport and iRacing graphics? Sport Graphic creates custom graphics, videos, logos, iRacing paint schemes, suits, and helmets. We also create social media graphics, Twitter headers, Facebook covers, and more. Visit our website for more information and to view examples and the latest designs at sportgraphicdesign.com. We strive to be the best of the best. The best graphics are made here at Sport Graphic.